So, I ain't gonna lie, I've been waiting on the good ecchi to drop for us this year because I don't think we had any ecchi so far outside of these two I'm about to talk about. And essentially, they're good, but they're not what I would think would be needing to be out there, honestly. Or at least, it has things about it that I do absolutely like and appreciate, but there's just things also about it where it's like, it's not the top thing I'm looking for. Right, and one of the more I want to talk about than another when it comes down to it, because one is so dang short, the other one's short too, but at least there's more to it when it comes down to it, at least in terms of like how much time they get to have, which is Ingoku Danchi, and then obviously Do You Like Big Girls. Now, I don't know if any of y'all is watching those shows, but I've been watching those, and not gonna lie, they're pretty good in their NSFW style of content. When it comes down to the etchiness of things, they looking mad good. Fine waifus all around. It is a fantastical time. But when it comes down to it though, the episodes are so damn short. It is legit, it's like legit hard to really engross yourself into what you want to see and what you're trying to get into when it comes down to it, especially for Ingoku, because I ain't gonna lie, Ingoku has like, I would say, the better scenario of ecchi things to happen. You're literally this Shota landlord person who's basically trying to watch over this whole like apartment complex where these different families live and whatever, only for them to be essentially craziest freaks of nature you have ever seen in these different women, and also at the same time these very suspect, very predator-like women when it comes down to it. And that's just essentially what the show is. You get this weird ass libido like suitcase keep doing weird shit to transform these women to be like the more freakier version of themselves, and they just keep going after people and obviously the MC when it comes down to it. And what sucks about these episodes is that they're 3 minutes in length. That sucks. Like legit, that sucks when it comes down to it. I want to see more. I want to see different characters go into different situations and a bit more with a bit more time, honestly. And we don't really get a lot of that, and it sucks balls. So just to be honest, it's like you got good looking characters, like you got some good heat right there. Like the second one that we saw, I ain't gonna say here in live, was like the peak one, but I ain't gonna lie, we get good characters, but then we don't really get enough time to really just enjoy the moments of what they're doing here, right? And granted, the manga is short too, so it doesn't really help its case of the fact that, you know, we're just getting some basic sort of characterizations and basic sort of things going on. You're just here for the lewd moment, which I guess, but at the same time, if you want to do a good ecchi, you gotta build that up. You gotta make sure that people are here with you along the way. Like, yeah, I could look at Ichinose, I think that's her name, the whole dang time. She's the best one, but at the same time, I can't really sit here and enjoy her because we don't really know too much about her. There's not really too much lore or enough, you know, time given to just really sit with the character for a minute and enjoy who that is. By the time the next anime comes through, I'm gonna probably forget about this show just because of how short that anime was. Which I was gonna say this for its own video, but I'll just say it right here, right now. I hate short anime. I really do. Right? I don't understand why they introduced this like when I was in high school, because the first show I remember getting this was literally Dagashikashi. I watched the whole first season of season 1. Season 1 was amazing. I love Dagashikashi. But then when season 2 happened and they only gave it 12 minutes, I literally never checked out season 2 since I found out about that. I never even bothered to watch it. It might be good, but I didn't really care to watch it because I'm like, why did they hoe, Dagashikashi, where you had the fine ass Shidere, it just out here just looking mad good, and then ultimately no one really remembers the show because you hoed the second season when it come down to it. I was thoroughly invested into the damn show. I was very much happy to watch it in the first season. Then the second season came through and I was just like, what is this? So I didn't go back and maybe bother. Maybe I should go back to watch it, but now, since I'm so used to 12-minute animes, I guess at this point, but still, it could be more time given there. There should be time that's worth to have there. And I guess this is also like a problem just in the anime space too, where you get these shows that honestly could benefit from more time, and you could give them that, but then they keep just not doing that. And ultimately, it's like, why would you do that when you're not going to give the show the proper time it needs? Just don't make the show. Like, Yandere Dark Elf was like a 12-minute anime. I think Peter Grill was also like a 12-minute anime. Plus Size Elf was a 12-minute anime. And granted, the good thing about 12-minute animes at least is that at least they're going to give you enough time to care for the characters and stuff like that. I think Plus Size Elf was a banger when we saw that when it came out. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. It made use of that 12 minutes. I think Yandere Dark Elf was also really damn good when it came down to the 12 minutes it was given, right? I think a lot of shows can benefit from a 12-minute, episode cycle, which granted, again, would I like to see a full episode? Absolutely. But I could also be fine with a 12-minute episode for certain shows. If it calls for that, I think that's fine. But a 7-minute show, a 3-minute show, that's not even like bothering to make at that point. You shouldn't even bother to make something like that, or at least if you're gonna do it, make the episodes longer and they cover more stuff or something like that, because it just sucks. It genuinely just sucks. We don't get we really don't get the chance and the time to spend with a character. Also, I think it was announced that Show Me Your Panties with that disgusted expression is also coming back with a season 2, and the first season was like only like 4 minutes of an episode each time. So again, it's just like cool. There's cool concepts, I guess, but then when they're not like expressed into different ways of how they can go about it, it's kind of just like I don't really care all that dang much. I could care less when it really comes down to it, honestly, right? Like, there's certain shows that does work with a short time frame when it comes down to it. Like, I think it was like Show Me Your Boobs As I Beg in Dogiza or something like that. Like, that's a good anime. I really enjoyed that, even though we got murdered at the end of it. But still, it was a fun time. But yeah, I still would rather just take a 24-minute show, or even at this point a 12-minute show, than I would ever want to really sit here and take any show that's shorter than this. Because Do You Like Big Girls is also a new anime that came out, or really an H anime at this standpoint, but you'll get to understand why I say that. But essentially, you got this one kid that's essentially trying to be like this coach of the volleyball team and basically take care of their needs or whatever in more ways than one. And essentially, he's just getting in situations where he's just clapping the cheeks of the different volleyball girls, which, yeah, that sounds like a good time to me. Honestly, it's just kind of crazy though, because the main girl that he had a crush on was essentially just like, oh yeah, I don't really see you in a loving sort of way. I see you more as a family type of thing, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to come over here and then try to, get you to run my cheeks real quick. Like, that's essentially what she's on the entire time when it comes down to it. And pretty much the entire cast is going to go after this man's meat. I'm just waiting on the orange hair girl when it comes down to it. I just want to see her in action, because high key, her and the blonde one, yes, give that to me immediately. But the best thing about this show, even though it's 7 minutes long, the best thing about this show that I truthfully enjoy is the fact somehow it is uncensored. And I don't mean like, in a more typical anime standard way. Like, no, you see straight up the whole of where meat is going into. In the meat itself, you can see clearly and detailed in all the regular format that you normally would see meat in. You can see it just straight up in the ways of how it should be drawn without any sort of censorship or anything like that. No pixelated nonsense, no black bars, nothing. Just straight raw meat. Pause. But when it comes down to it, that was it. When I saw that, I was like, wait, what? How? How were they able to get away with this? I haven't seen this in a long ass time. And hell, it made me even question, I'm like, wait, is this even an anime? Is this a hentai or is this an anime? I'm confused at what this is. And essentially, they were just going at it. They were just going at it pretty dang good, right? I'm just genuinely kind of surprised that that's allowed. That's allowed in anime? We could just do that? Okay, I'm kind of shocked, because obviously when it comes down to selling copies of like a show and making stuff like that in Japan, that's illegal, but they found a way to kind of just go around that. So how did they do this? I have literally no clue, because how did they go about it? I'm baffled. Did they do it like offshore? Like, did they do it like somewhere else? The initial animation didn't brought it to Japan? I don't know, but it's confusing, but I'm here for it all at the same time. And this is where I'm like, man, I wish this show had a bit more plot and a bit more substance, because if you gave me a show with uncensored, straight up clapping cheeks, while at the same time giving me a good story and plot, and this is just like a daily, every episode sort of thing, I'm here for it. This is like what having a harem in the labyrinth of another world would have done if they would just let it be completely uncensored. You see everything, and it would just be the peak show. It would be a peak show with a decent plot. That's what I would love to have seen, basically, when it comes down to it. This would be Nukitashi if it wasn't having the damn stupid ass duck censorship. That's what this whole show would have been. And so overall, it's not like we got bad ecchi shows, but it's just like they're not long enough to really just be cooking that hard, honestly, right? And a lot of these shows that we've been getting so far has been, I guess, short, or hasn't been just what I've been wanting to see personally when it comes down to it, right? Do You Like Big Girls is kind of like the only thing that's like really good right now that is new, but ultimately I'm just ready to see something that actually, you know, will do the deed for this year when it comes down to it, because again, something like what Do You Like Big Girls is doing when it comes out to the uncensoredness is amazing, honestly. It's giving me Front Innocent vibes, because y'all already know how I feel about Front Innocent, why that's the most goated Gentai of all time. But when it comes down to it, though, I just wish there was more of something that was going on, or the show was longer when it comes down to it. And because it's not, it's just kind of like, ugh. It feels like a bit of suffering a little bit. You're getting the best thing ever with uncensored, straight up clapping, but then you get the shortest amount of time to enjoy all of that sort of stuff, and it just sucks across the board. Ugh, it just genuinely is. But overall, though, it's been fine. I'm still gonna continue watching it until the show goes off, because I gotta watch something in the meantime. But yeah, that's literally all I got to say for this one. So hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification on your way else. Also follow my socials, and if this is our next channel, Kofi Cash App is available as well. And until this, boy Jay, sign off. Have a blessed day.